Welcome to the Nevis Newscast. Today is Monday, September 25th, 2017. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Minister of Foreign Affairs and Aviation in St. Kitts and Nevis, the Honorable Mark Brantley, recently made an address at the 72nd United Nations General Assembly, which was held in New York yesterday, September 24th. Minister Brantley echoed the sentiments of other Caribbean speakers regarding the devastating effects of climate change, as evidenced by the recent spate of hurricanes that ravaged the Caribbean region. He stated that the hurricane season for 2017 is not yet over, and the Caribbean will face similar threats every year. Minister of Foreign Affairs stated that in the aftermath, we were faced with the tragic destruction of life, property, and infrastructure in a number of the Caribbean islands.
Mr. President, I have highlighted the various countries and territories that suffered the most devastation. But my own beloved country of St. Kitts and Nevis was not without injury. We too saw damage to our power grid, our roads, our agriculture and fisheries sector, and the homes of our people. Indeed, on September 19th, the day when we should have been celebrating our 34th anniversary of independence as a nation, St. Kitts and Nevis was locked down under assault from Hurricane Maria. Mr. President, the carnage in a wide swath of the Caribbean is unimaginable. Lives have been lost, homes and infrastructure destroyed, economies reduced to tatters, years of development wiped out, and in the case of Barbuda, an entire island evacuated and rendered uninhabited and uninhabitable for the first time in 300 years.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs stated climate change poses a serious threat to the Caribbean.
Mr. President, the time has now come for the world to treat these phenomena not as natural disasters, but as the man-made disasters that they are. The science is irrefutable. Our oceans continue to get warmer due to our continued abuse of our planet Earth. Warmer oceans feed and create horrific storms such as Irma and Maria. Now more than ever, we bear witness to the compelling need to support the call for reduction in greenhouse gas emissions and all other actions and behaviors that aggravate the effects of climate change. Mr. President, climate change for us in the Caribbean is not a matter for academic rumination. The humanitarian crisis unfolding in the Caribbean in the wake of Hurricanes Irma and Maria is stark testimony that climate change is not only real, but poses an existential threat to our people, our countries, and our civilization.
The annual general debate of the General Assembly takes place from 19th to 25th September 2017. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, announced on Saturday, September 23rd, 2017, that the Twin Island Federation will officially hold its Independence Day commemorative activities on Saturday, October 7th, 2017. That day, according to the Prime Minister, will be proclaimed a national holiday in St. Kitts and Nevis. St. Kitts and Nevis's 34th Independence Day activities were forcibly postponed after Hurricane Maria impacted the country from Tuesday, September 19th to Wednesday, September 20th, 2017. Prime Minister Harris, in his post-Hurricane Maria national address on ZIZ Broadcasting Corporation, said, given the significance of independence, the Cabinet, after consultation with His Excellency, the Governor-General, Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, has decided to hold the commemorative Independence Parade, the toast to the nation, and the Independence Cocktail Reception on Saturday, October 7th, 2017. Prime Minister Harris stated that additional information on the staging of this year's Independence Day activities will be provided at a later date. In an address to the nation on Saturday evening, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris said that the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has pledged $1 million AC to assist the neighboring island of Dominica in its recovery and rebuilding efforts. In a press release issued by the press unit in the office of the Prime Minister, Harris stated, "It should be noted that we have also declined the $500,000 EC pledged by Dominica after Hurricane Irma to St. Kitts and Nevis. This sum, for the record, was never received by St. Kitts and Nevis. We nonetheless thank Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit for his kind consideration," Prime Minister Harris disclosed. In spite of its own significant damages, particularly as it relates to the public sector infrastructure, St. Kitts and Nevis became the first country in Latin America and the Caribbean to offer in-kind and monetary support to the island of Dominica in the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. The St. Kitts and Nevis Prime Minister said the government's assistance to the Commonwealth of Dominica goes beyond its financial commitment. Prime Minister Harris also revealed in his national broadcast that his government has pledged financial support to other neighboring islands that were significantly impacted by the recent hurricanes. To the British Virgin Islands, St. Kitts and Nevis approved an amount of $500,000 EC, $400,000 EC to Angola, $400,000 EC to Antigua and Barbuda, and another $200,000 to St. Martin. Hurricane Maria was the 13th named hurricane of the 2017 Atlantic hurricane season and became a Category 5 hurricane near the Leeward Islands on Monday, September 18th, as it pummeled the Commonwealth of Dominica as an extremely strong hurricane with catastrophic wind speeds. Still to come, CIU and Government of St. Kitts and Nevis to establish Hurricane Relief Fund. The details when we return.
Uwali, the Queen of the Caribbean, bathed by its crystal shores, is the Caribbean's best kept secret. Nevis is known for its rich culture, which remains entrenched in the island's everyday life. We boast of having the Caribbean's greatest summer festival, Culturama. The birthplace of Alexander Hamilton, my little 36 square mile island, is the home of the Bath Hotel, which is the first built hotel in the Caribbean. Don't forget to take a dip in the therapeutic Bath Springs. Take a few minutes to trot down to the ever-famous Sunshine's Bar and drink a world-renowned Killer Bee. Live Nevis naturally by exploring the magnificent waterfalls and hiking to the top of our 32 Nevis Peak. Our lush vegetation and landscape deems a visit here the perfect escape. Nevis, Queen of the Caribbean.
Welcome back. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis, in collaboration with the Chief Executive Officer of the Citizenship by Investment Unit, LESCAN, came to an agreement in Cabinet on Friday, 22nd September, to use the CIU program to alleviate the suffering of persons affected by the recent hurricanes, establishing a hurricane relief fund. The investment product will see a proportion of the investment going into the hurricane relief fund to be distributed upon application. Citizenship by investment applicants will make a non-refundable contribution of US $150,000, which will go into the Hurricane Relief Fund. The fees for agents and service providers will remain as standard. Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris said about the initiative, although Hurricane Irma did not make a direct hit on the Federation, it caused danger to the public sector and private property, with damages of substantial amounts to the order of $150 million, and the hurricane season is not over yet. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis would like to be in a position to provide assistance to its citizens and to make funds available for a speedy recovery to the economy. It is therefore being recommended that a new fund, the Hurricane Relief Fund, be established under the Citizenship by Investment program to provide such relief. The fund is open to families of between 1 and 4 persons and will remain open until the end of March. The Prime Minister added the ethos behind Citizenship by Investment is about opening up the Federation to investment that will have a direct impact on the quality of life of its citizens. The Hurricane Relief Fund is an attractive option for citizenship applicants in the way it fulfills their own desire to make a positive impact on the environment in which they are seeking to play an active part. It enables the country and its people to recover more quickly and to ensure that the infrastructure and people's homes are fit and habitable where they have been damaged by this season's hurricanes. It is hoped that the fund will grow sufficiently to be in a position to extend support to neighboring countries in the Caribbean who have been affected by this season's hurricanes. Further information about the Hurricane Relief Fund can be obtained from LESCAN and by visiting the CIU website www.ciu.gov.kn. After 5 years of hosting the Second Chance Teen Mothers program on Nevis, the program was recognized as one of the contributors for the advancement of participating teen mothers on Nevis. The Department of Social Services in the Nevis Island Administration's NIA hosted the closing ceremony for the program last weekend, where Director of Social Services Sandra Maynard, while delivering remarks, underscored the significance of the program.
At Social Services, we are really proud again of how this program has grown under Mrs. Brown's management. Since the program started, 65 young ladies enrolled. Counseling has always been available to all of them. 25 have gained long-term employment. 24 life skills and professional development sessions have been taught. 31 CXC subjects have been written, and 21 of these subjects have been passed by the young ladies here and those who have exited the program.
Maynard explained that while the program is geared towards assisting teenage mothers, the department continues their initiative to prevent teenage pregnancies through their Baby Think It Over program hosted annually at the various secondary schools on Nevis. The director also used the opportunity to provide the participants with some words of encouragement.
By willingly participating in this program, and taking advantage of the resources it has to offer, you have decided to give yourself a second chance to be what you want to be in life and to do what you want to do in life. You have turned away from just settling and being a victim of your circumstances and have chosen to chart new paths to get where you need to be as young adults. We encourage you to stay focused on improving your lives as you all have small children who will be depending on you, looking at you for guidance. You no doubt have the support of friends, families, and hopefully the fathers of the children, but many of you still remain the main caretaker. Stay focused is what I would say to you this afternoon. Motherhood has increased your responsibilities, but perhaps not diminished your desire to be carefree and act like other young women your age. However, you have responsibilities to your children, which will require you to do so much more to succeed personally and to raise your children well.
Also present at the event were Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Social Development, Keith Glasgow, Gender Affairs Coordinator, Lauren Archibald, Second Chance Teen Mothers Program Coordinator, Ivorcia Brown, and a feature speaker, Tricia Daniel. The closing ceremony for the program was hosted at the Occasions Conference Center, and the initiative for this year was dubbed The Skills I Need for My Child to Succeed, Parenting and Holistic Development Project. And that brings us to the end of this edition of the Nevis Newscast. I am Bronte Swanston Hendrickson. Thank you for viewing.